some stuff happened, and I think there's other people too that come forward. But back to the election stuff though, to the squad. Okay.
Okay. You ready?
Because I was all for AOC. I thought, oh my gosh, these people are going to make a difference. I did too. And then it came from watching shows like yours and other ones where my eyes started opening, and forced the vote and all that happened and all the controversy around it. So do you want to talk a little bit about that awakening for you?
I'm going to tell you. So I went to AOC's campaign headquarters about 2 months before the election, less than 2 months before the election, right? And she'd still not been really on the map. I'd seen her on Jimmy Dore. I like what I saw. My stepfather had passed away, and I went out to Long Island to go, do his eulogy and lay him to rest with my mother. I had one day in between, and I'm like, I'm going to go out to Queens. I'm going to go to a campaign headquarters. I know she's doing like an organizing thing, and I'm going to go. And literally at that time, I was such a rookie. I didn't even I didn't have a battery charger, and my phone had very little power when I went there, but I was able to film a little bit of her meeting, you know what I'm saying, and meet her and talk to her. And I was there, it was awesome. And I was so impressed with her campaign, right? Like literally the people she had in charge, they were like, okay, so the people who speak Hindu come over here. The people who speak Spanish come over here. They had stuff on the boards. They had a plan. We're going to go out. This is how we're going to canvas. It was so organized. It was so well put together. It had a lot of young people running it. It was just impressive as can be. And I was there. I was like, cool. I made a couple contacts with a couple of the workers there. Election night comes around. One of the people I made a connection with is caught on film, really, really pissed off, angry, yelling. She had worked for AOC. Lauren Steiner goes walking in there with her camera. This is an independent journalist just filming it. And she catches this. And I was like, oh, crap, something's going on. So I make a call. I text, what's going on over there? What happened? She's like, it's like the DNC lawyers are all up in this place right now. Ooh. Some of the people that work for AOC didn't even get trained or bussed or coming in from town. She's pretty much left them on the vine. So right there was a signal like, uh-oh, something going on. There's dissensions in the ranks. They're complaining about DC lawyers. Oh, no. So then we paid attention. We're like, all right, let's still approach this. We were hoping for this. This is why we started the Convo Couch. Now, grassroots activists, let's go. Let's change this Democratic Party from the inside out. Now I'm fooled to think it, right? Like, we're all fools for that. We've been fooled once.
Oh, I used to think that way too, but go on. Yeah.
Can't fool me again. So then I was like, okay, I was very suspicious. And number one happens. It was actually Max Blumenthal, getting back to Max, when he was there in the halls of Congress asking people about the Venezuela situation. Like, what about Venezuela? Do you think we should be sanctioning them? Do you think we should be, a part of the blockade? What do you think about, what's going on in Venezuela? He got to her and she's like, I'm sorry, but I'll defer to the caucus leadership, she said. And I just like almost fell out of my seat. I was like, you'll defer to the caucus leadership? They're a bunch of warmongers. What do you mean? You're like, wait, this is Latin America over here. Hold on. This is where we're supposed to put you in this. So then I realized right off the bat, here we go again. Democratic Party sucking at foreign policy. All right. The second time, which really just was like, oh, no, you didn't, is that it was a hearing and it was about Cambridge Analytica. And AOC went there to question Zuckerberg and all these other people, pretty much Zuckerberg and a couple of executives from Facebook about what was going on. Now, I thought she was going to be in our corner as far as our information and our privacy and saying, how dare you claim that this is a leak? We know that you sold off this information, people's data, or how dare you should resign for letting that data leak. You know what I'm saying? But instead, she turned the hearing into, why aren't you censoring the opposition more? And I just was once again, fell out of my seat. I said, no way. And then it was one thing after the other. But those are the two things that really happened. It was the Max Blumenthal. I'll defer to the caucus leadership. And then the opportunity. And I knew, I'm like, oh, she's in line with big tech. She's in line with big tech. She did not go after. In fact, I hate that argument. And that's what the conservatives do when they get there when it comes to speech. They're just pissed off that we're not censoring China and Iran. Right. You know what I'm saying? They want to, that's the old school hardcore conservatives. I want to leave some of those other people out of there, but those people, and that's what goes on.
Well, you even have Jake Sullivan, who's in the White House right now, who's always had his eye on China and ramping that up. So yeah, it comes from both sides. You're right.
Same crazy guy, right? Jake Sullivan and whatnot. you know, Victoria Nuland. These are the same psychopaths, the same warmongers. But that's the whole path for Cori Bush. You know, I once again I carved out a special spot for Cori. I'm like, I
Right.
like what I see from Cori. Let's go. You know, her last thing that she did with the Ukraine war, which she talked about all the bad and the negative things, and then said, "But I'm going to vote for it anyways." And you know, she'd already pushed forth a bill that was very like, it was very like questioning, like she was going after Josh Hawley and all these people who were questioning the elections. That bill that she put forth too as well was a very big eye opener. It's like, no, Cori, no. So you know, you see little things like that, then getting questioned by Franco when she goes and tries to make a little spectacle and cheering about kicking back the moratorium for, you know, the evictions for people, which we now see a tsunami of evictions coming. Like the moratorium, like there was no rent forgiveness. It was just a little holding pattern. And they're trying to kind of capitalize on that. I mean, there's been so many things every single time they're ready to speak. This last time with the whole Ukraine thing, Tara, every single squad member voted for it. And it was just like,
they all voted for
end
it.
scene.